be me. Cole, 32. Cardiothoracic surgeon at St. Jude's Medical Center. One of the best hospitals in the state. My life is scalpels, suture, and the quiet hum of the ICU at 3A. I'm good at what I do. Steady hands. Calm under pressure. Never lost a patient on the table in 5 years. My colleagues call me the robot. Not because I'm cold, because I'm precise. Every movement calculated. Every decision based on data. Every emotion locked away until the work is done. I prefer methodical. They prefer robot. We've agreed to disagree. I don't have time for relationships. Never really did. Med school was 8 years of textbooks and cadavers and sleepless nights. Residency was worse. 36-hour shifts. Sleeping in on-call rooms. Surviving on coffee and the occasional granola bar. Fellowship was a blur of specialized training and the constant pressure to be perfect. By the time I looked up, I was 32. And my closest companion was a coffee machine in the surgical lounge that beeps aggressively when it needs cleaning. I have a cat named Tibia. Yes. After the bone, I'm a surgeon. Naming things after body parts is basically a personality trait. She's a gray tabby who only likes me when I'm feeding her. We have an understanding. I'm not lonely. I'm just focused. There's a difference. Lonely means you want someone. Focused means you've chosen something else. It's a Tuesday morning in October when everything changes. I'm in my office reviewing pre-op charts for a valve replacement scheduled for 10 a.m. The hospital intercom crackles. Code blue. Emergency department. Code blue. Emergency department. I don't think much of it. Codes happen all the time. I go back to my charts. 20 minutes later, my colleague Dr. Reyes knocks on my door. Shen, we need you in the ED. A young woman collapsed at work. Possible cardiac event. Echo shows something weird. Weird how astu looks congenital, undetected until now. Atrial septal defect. A hole in the heart that's been there since birth. Some people live with it for decades without knowing, until one day their heart decides it's had enough. I follow Reyes to the ED, and that's when I saw her for the first time. She's on a gurney, surrounded by monitors and IV lines. She's small, maybe 5 feet 4 inches, with short dark hair that's plastered to her forehead with sweat. She's pale, too pale. The kind of pale that means her heart isn't pumping enough blood, but her eyes are open. And they're sharp. Scanning the room like she's cataloging every detail. There's a tattoo on her left wrist. An anatomical heart. Beautifully detailed. Almost ironic given why she's here. Her name, according to the chart, is Sloan Mercer. 27 years old. Graphic designer. No prior cardiac history. Collapsed at her desk around 9:15 a.m. A colleague called 911. Ms. Mercer. I'm Dr. Shen. I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon. We're going to take good care of you. She looks at me, her eyes focusing with visible effort. You're the heart guy. I'm one of them. The best one, according to my mother. Your mother is biased? Probably. But I'm still very good. She almost smiles. Then winces, as another wave of pain hits her. Just fix it. Whatever it is. I have a deadline on Friday. You're worried about a deadline right now. I'm a designer. Deadlines are sacred. Your heart is more sacred. Let's focus on that first. The echo confirms what Reyes suspected. A large atrial septal defect, probably 2.5 centimeters across. It's been there since birth. Slowly enlarging, slowly stressing her heart. And now her heart is starting to fail. I went to her room to explain the situation. She's been stabilized. but she still looks fragile against the white hospital sheets. Her color is slightly better. The medications are working for now. Ms. Mercer. I have your test results. Call me Sloan. Ms. Mercer makes me feel like I'm in trouble. Sloan. You have a congenital heart defect called an atrial septal defect. It's a hole between the upper chambers of your heart. You've probably had it since birth. A hole in my heart, that's poetic. Actually, it's also dangerous. It's been getting larger, and it's causing your heart to work too hard. You need surgery to repair it. Surgery on my heart. Yes. I'll be performing it. She studies me for a long moment. You look young to be cutting people open. I'm 32. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've performed over 200 cardiac surgeries. You're in good hands. That's what they all say. I have a 100% success rate. I don't say things I can't back up with data. She looks down at her hands. At the heart tattoo on her wrist. I got this when I was 22. Right after I came out, I thought it was funny. A heart on my wrist, where everyone could see it. Like I was wearing my heart on my sleeve. Literally, she laughs. But it's hollow. Now, my actual heart is broken. The universe has a sick sense of humor. The universe doesn't have a sense of humor. It has physics and biology says we can fix this. You're very literal. I'm a surgeon. Literal is part of the job description. She takes a breath. I should tell you something before you cut me open. I'm a lesbian. Inot-onse? Okay. Thank you for telling me. I'm telling you because I don't want any misunderstandings. You're going to be, she gestures at her chest, in there. And I don't want things to be weird. Nothing is weird. I'm your surgeon. My job is to fix your heart. Your orientation has nothing to do with my ability to do that. She blinks like she was expecting a different reaction. You're very calm about this. I'm a surgeon. Calm is part of the job. Do you ever get rattled? Not during surgery. After? Sometimes. When I'm alone in my office, I can finally process what happened. That's surprisingly honest. I try to be honest. It's more efficient than lying. The operation is scheduled for Thursday morning. I spent Wednesday evening reviewing her scans, planning my approach, memorizing the landscape of her heart. The defect is large but straightforward. A patch repair using synthetic material. I've done this procedure dozens of times. But I find myself being more meticulous than usual. Double-checking every measurement, rehearsing every step. I tell myself it's just professional thoroughness. I'm lying. Thursday morning. 7:30 a.m. Sloan is prepped and wheeled into the OR. She's nervous. I can see it in the way her fingers grip the sheets. But she's trying to hide it. Any last words of wisdom? Dr. Shen, just one. I'm going to do my best work today. When you wake up, your heart will be whole. That's very confident. I'm very good at my job. What if something goes wrong? Nothing will go wrong. I've planned for every contingency. I have backup plans for my backup plans. I'm annoying like that. She laughs. Then winces. Don't make me laugh. My chest hurts. Then stop being amusing. I'm trying to be professional. The anesthesiologist administers the medication. Her eyes flutter. Then close. I look at her for a moment. This woman who's placed her life in my hands. Then I turn to the team. All right. Let's begin. The surgery takes 4 hours and 17 minutes. I open her chest with careful, precise incisions. I find the defect exactly where I expected. Exactly the size I predicted. I repair it with a patch of Gore-Tex, suturing it into place with stitches so small they're almost invisible. My hands move with the precision of years of practice. The room is silent, except for the beeping of monitors and the soft hum of the heart-lung machine. When I close her up, the sutures are neat. Even. Beautiful. My best work. I don't know why I care so much about this particular patient. I tell myself it's just professional pride. I'm lying again. She wakes up in the ICU 6 hours later. I'm there, checking her monitors, adjusting her medication. Her eyes flutter open, unfocused. Then slowly find my face. You're still here. I'm your surgeon. I check on my patients. You've been here the whole time. I had other patients, but I came back to check on you. How did it go? Perfectly. The defect is repaired. Your heart is functioning normally. You'll have a scar, but you'll live a long, healthy life. She looks down at her chest. At the bandages. You fixed it. I did. The hole, gone, filled with a patch the size of a quarter. Your heart is whole now. You saved my life. That's my job. No. That's more than a job. You saved me. Specifically, you could have been anywhere else, doing anything else. But you were here and you saved me. I don't know what to say to that. So I check her monitors and leave. But I come back every day during my rounds, sometimes twice. I tell myself it's because her case is interesting. I'm lying for the 3rd time this week. She's discharged 12 days later. I sign the papers. Give her a list of post-op instructions. Tell her to take it easy for at least 6 weeks. She nods, but I can see she's already planning to ignore half of them. I'll be back for my follow-up in 2 weeks. Make it 1 week. I want to check the incision. You just want to see me again. I want to monitor your healing. There's a difference. Is there? She leaves. I expect that to be the end of it. Patients come and go. That's the nature of the work. But 4 days later, she shows up at the surgical wing during my lunch break. I'm in my office eating a sad turkey sandwich from the cafeteria. Reviewing charts. There's a knock on my door frame. Dr. Shin. I look up. She's standing there wearing jeans and a black leather jacket, looking nothing like the pale, frightened woman I operated on. She's holding 2 cups of coffee. You're here. I'm here. I brought you coffee. Black. No sugar. You look like you need it. How do you know how I take my coffee? I asked the nurses. We're friends now. I'm very charming. I take the coffee. It's exactly right. You didn't have to do this. I know. I wanted to. You saved my life. Coffee is the least I can do. You don't owe me anything. I know. That's why I'm here. If I owed you, it would be a debt. This is just gratitude. Freely given. She sits down in the chair across from my desk, completely uninvited. Also, I wanted to see if you're always this serious. I'm not serious. I'm professional. Same thing. There's a difference. Serious means I can't take a joke. Professional means I choose not to. And which one is it? Professional. Definitely professional. I almost smile. She notices. You almost smiled. I saw it. You imagined it. I didn't. Your mouth twitched. The left corner. It was very subtle. But I'm observant. It's part of being a designer. I notice details. Then you'll notice I'm trying to eat my lunch. That's not lunch. That's a cry for help. What is that turkey? It's sustenance. It's sad. Tomorrow, I'm bringing you real food. She keeps her word. The next day, she shows up with a Tupperware container of homemade pasta, my grandmother's recipe. It'll cure whatever's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. You have dark circles under your eyes, and you've lost weight since I was in the hospital. The nurses told me, they're worried about you. You and the nurses are conspiring against me. We're not conspiring. We're coordinating. There's a difference. The pasta is incredible. I tell her so. I know. I'm a good cook. Among my many talents, what are your other talents? Graphic design. Coffee selection. Persistent affection for emotionally unavailable surgeons. I'm not emotionally unavailable. You're emotionally constipated. Same thing. There's a difference. Is there? She keeps coming back every few days. Like clockwork, she brings food, coffee, a small succulent for my desk. This place is too sterile. It needs life. This is a jade plant. It's hard to kill. Like me. She asks about my day, my patients, my sleep schedule. She remembers details, the name of my cat, the fact that I hate olives, the way I take my coffee. She's collecting information, building a case. You're courting me. I say, one afternoon. She doesn't even blink. Yes? Is it working? I don't know. That's not a no. It's not a yes. Either. I'll take it. She leans against my desk, arms crossed. Cole. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian since I was 16 years old. I've dated women exclusively. I've never been attracted to a man, and then you opened my chest and fixed my heart. And suddenly I can't stop thinking about you. It's infuriating. I didn't mean to. I know. That's the worst part. You weren't trying. You were just, you, calm and competent and completely uninterested in impressing me. Do you know how rare that is? I was just doing my job. Exactly. You were just doing your job. And you saved my life? And now I'm here bringing you pasta because I don't know what else to do with these feelings. I set down my fork. Sloan. You're my patient. For mes patients. Still. This is complicated. Life is complicated. Hearts have holes. Surgeons work too hard. Lesbians fall for men. It's chaos. Embrace it. You make it sound simple. It's not simple. It's terrifying. But I'd rather be terrified with you than safe without you. Irresist? Not because I don't feel it. Because I do. And that terrifies me more than any surgery ever has. I've spent my entire adult life avoiding emotional entanglements. I told myself it was because I was focused on my career. The truth is, I was scared. Scared of being vulnerable. Scared of needing someone. Scared of losing someone. So I push her away. Gently, but firmly. Sloan. You're recovering from major surgery. Your emotions are heightened. You're experiencing gratitude, not attraction. Don't tell me what I'm experiencing. I know the difference between gratitude and attraction. I've felt both. This is attraction. You're a lesbian. Mostly isn't a thing. It is now. I'm inventing it. I'm a designer. I create things. I'm creating a new category called lesbian, with one extremely specific exception. That's not how sexuality works. Sexuality is a spectrum. I'm on the spectrum. You're on the spectrum. The spectrum is wide and weird. And sometimes it includes a cardiothoracic surgeon who doesn't know how to accept affection. She shows up at the hospital after a difficult surgery. I lost a patient. A 7-year-old girl. Congenital defects, too severe to repair. I did everything I could. It wasn't enough. I'm sitting in the on-call room, still in my scrubs, staring at the wall. She finds me there. She doesn't knock, just opens the door and walks in. I heard, the nurses told me, you and the nurses need to stop gossiping about me. We're not gossiping. We're caring. There's a difference. What do you want? Sloan, I want to be here with you. Right now. She sits beside me on the narrow bed. Doesn't touch me. Doesn't try to fix it. Just sits. You did everything you could. It wasn't enough. Sometimes it isn't. That's not your fault. That's not anyone's fault. It's just the universe being cruel. I'm a surgeon. I'm supposed to fix things. You fix the things that can be fixed? Some things can't be fixed. Some things just are. I look at her. Why are you here? Really? Because you needed someone. And I wanted to be that someone. Why are you? Because I chose you. I don't know why. I don't have a logical explanation. I just chose you. And I keep choosing you every day. Even when you push me away, I don't respond. She stands up. I'm going to let you process. But I'll be back tomorrow and the day after and the day after that until you believe me. She leaves. I sit in the dark for a long time. I stop resisting. Not because she wore me down, but because I finally admit to myself that I want her. That I've wanted her since the moment she opened her eyes in the ICU and asked if I'd been there the whole time. I invite her to dinner. A real dinner at my apartment. I cook salmon, roasted vegetables, and a lemon sauce that I learned from a culinary magazine. She arrives with a bottle of wine and a skeptical expression. You cook. I'm a surgeon. I have steady hands. Cooking is just chemistry with heat. That's the most surgeon thing you've ever said. I have many surgeon things to say. I can also tell you about the time I had to remove a toothbrush from a patient's esophagus. Please. Don't. It was a travel toothbrush. Very compact. Surprisingly difficult to extract. She laughs. A real, bright, unrestrained laugh. It's the first time I've heard it. I want to hear it every day. We eat. We talk about her work. She's designing a brand identity for a local coffee roaster. About my work. A new, minimally invasive technique I'm learning. About the fact that she's still a lesbian. Mostly. Except for me. You're my exception. She says. My one and only. Don't let it go to your head. I won't. I'm very humble. You're not humble. You're just quiet. There's a difference. You keep saying that because it keeps being true. After dinner, we move to the couch. She's close. Her shoulder brushing mine. The wine has made her cheeks pink. Cold. Yeah. I want to kiss you. You've been saying that for weeks. I've been waiting for you to be ready. I set down my wine glass. I'm ready. She leans in. The kiss is soft. Tentative. Like she's still not sure she's allowed. I kiss her back. Slow and steady. My hand coming up to cup her jaw. She makes a small sound against my lips. Surprise, maybe. Or relief. When we break apart, she's breathless. That was, yeah, worth the wait. Sorry it took so long. Don't apologize. Just don't make me wait again. We move to my bedroom. It's not rushed. It's careful. Deliberate. Two people who've been circling each other for weeks. Months. Finally colliding, she pauses at the edge of the bed. Looks down at her chest. At the scar. It's still healing. It's not pretty. It's beautiful. It means you're alive. It means I did my job. I trace the line of the scar with my fingertip. Gentle. She shivers. You're very gentle for a surgeon. She murmurs. Surgeons have to be precise. One wrong move, and you damage something irreparable. Is that a medical opinion? It's a personal one. You're irreparable. I don't want to damage you. I learn her body. The scar on her chest. My scar. The one I made. A thin, fading line running down her sternum. The tattoo of the anatomical heart on her wrist. I got it when I was 22. Right after I came out to my parents, my mom cried. My dad said, "We know." Apparently I wasn't subtle. The way she gasps when I touch her just right. Like she's been holding her breath for years. You're very thorough. She murmurs. I'm a surgeon. Thorough is baseline. Afterward, she lies on my chest. Her fingers tracing patterns on my skin. Tibia, my cat, has appeared in the doorway and is watching us with feline judgment. Your cat is staring at me. She's evaluating you. Don't worry. She evaluates everyone. What's her verdict? She hasn't left the room. That's a good sign. She tilts her head up to look at me. Cold? Yeah, I'm still a lesbian. I know, just with one exception. I'm honored to be the exception. Don't get smug. I'm not smug. I'm satisfied. There's a difference. There's no difference. There's absolutely a difference. Smug is when you gloat. Satisfied is when you're quietly happy. You're quietly happy. Very quietly. Almost inaudibly, she laughs and kisses my chest. Good. So, Angi, by the end of the week, everyone knows. Hospital gossip travels faster than a norovirus outbreak on a cruise ship. Nurse Rodriguez corners me in the hallway outside the surgical suite. She's been working at St. Jude's for 20 years and has seen everything. Nothing surprises her anymore. But she's grinning like she just won a bet. Dr. Shen? I heard you're dating the heart patient. The one with the tattoo? We're not. She brought you coffee? She texts you during your shifts. She calls you her surgeon in a way that definitely doesn't sound medical. How do you know all this? I'm a nurse. I know everything. It's part of the job description. Also, she told me, we're friends now. You're friends with my girlfriend. She's very charming. She brought us all cookies last week. Snickerdoodles. They were excellent. She brought cookies to the nursing staff. She said it was a thank you for taking care of her during her stay. I think it was also a bribe to keep us updated on your well-being. Either way, the cookies were delicious. The chief of surgery, Dr. Morrison, calls me into his office later that day. He's a man in his 60s with a gray mustache and the demeanor of someone who's been disappointed by every human he's ever met. He does not look happy. Shen, I heard about you and the patient, patient. She was discharged 6 weeks ago. Still, is this going to affect your work? No. Sir. If anything, it's improved it. How? She makes me want to be better. She makes me remember why I do this. She makes me want to save every patient just so I can come home and tell her about it. Morrison stares at me for a long moment. Then his mustache twitches. That's the most human thing I've ever heard you say. I've been practicing. Good. Keep practicing. And tell your girlfriend to stop charming my nurses. They're distracted. Rodriguez spent 20 minutes this morning telling me about the snickerdoodles. Sloan insists I meet her friends. They've been asking about you? They want to see if you're real. Why wouldn't I be real? Because I've never dated a man before. They think I'm making you up. Or that you're a figment of my post-surgical delirium. I'm not a figment. I'm a board-certified cardiothoracic surgeon. That's exactly what a figment would say. We meet at a bar downtown. A quiet place with dim lighting and good whiskey. Her friends are already there. 2 women named Jordan and Alex. Jordan is a athletic woman with a sleeve tattoo and a handshake like a vice grip. Alex is shorter. Softer. With kind eyes and a smile that seems genuine. So, Jordan says, leaning back in her chair, you're the surgeon. I'm a surgeon. Not the surgeon. There are many of us, but you're the one who fixed Sloane's heart. Yes. And now you're dating her. Yes. Even though she's a lesbian, she's mostly a lesbian. With one exception, and you're the exception. Apparently, Jordan studies me for a moment. Then turns to Sloane. I like him. He's weird. But in a good way. I know. Sloane says, that's why I'm keeping him. Alex leans forward. Can I ask you something personal? Yes. When you were operating on her, did you know that she would be someone important to you? I consider the question, no. I was just doing my job. But I remember thinking her case was different. I cared more. I didn't know why at the time. I do now. Sloane reaches over and takes my hand. Jordan makes a gagging noise. Gross. You're holding hands in public. What's next? A shared Facebook account. We're not there yet. Sloane says, give us time. A year passes. A year of dinners and coffees and late-night conversations. A year of her texting me during my shifts and me calling her after difficult surgeries. A year of learning each other's habits and quirks and fears. A year of her insisting she's still a lesbian. Mostly, except for me. A year of me being quietly, inaudibly happy. On the anniversary of her surgery, she takes me back to the hospital. I think it's for a routine checkup. But instead, she leads me to the exact room where we first met. The room where she was lying on a gurney, pale and scared. And I told her I was very good at my job. Why are we here? Because this is where it started. You told me I was in good hands. You told me you had a 100% success rate. You told me my orientation didn't matter. It didn't. I know. That's why I fell for you. You didn't try to change me. You didn't try to fix me. You just let me be. And then you let me love you. She reaches into her pocket, pulls out a ring, a simple silver band with a small diamond, 4Chan. You saved my heart. Literally, you cut me open and fixed a hole I didn't know I had. And then, without even trying, you fixed the rest of me. 2. You made me feel safe. You made me feel seen. You made me feel like I was allowed to be exactly who I am. Even when I didn't know who that was. She takes a breath. Her hands are shaking slightly. I'm a lesbian. I've always been a lesbian. I'll probably always call myself a lesbian. But I'm also in love with you. Completely, irreversibly, annoyingly in love with you. And I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So, will you marry me? He stared at her. Then at the room around us, the beeping monitors, the sterile white walls, the hospital bed in the corner. You're proposing in a hospital room. It's thematically appropriate. This is where we met. This is where you saved me. This is where my heart became whole. You're insane. Completely, certifiably insane. Is that a yes? It's a yes. You, ridiculous. Boundary ignoring. Nurse befriending. Snickerdoodle baking. Lesbian identifying menace. She laughs. That bright, unrestrained laugh. You slide the ring onto her finger. It fits perfectly. How did you know my ring size? I measured your finger while you were sleeping. You're a very heavy sleeper. You're terrifying. I'm prepared. There's a difference. I kiss her. Somewhere in the hallway, I hear Nurse Rodriguez whoop and start applauding. Be me. Cole. 35. Still a surgeon. Still extinct. Jude's. Still married to the woman who proposed to me in a hospital room. Sloane's design career has taken off. She now runs her own studio, specializes in branding for medical nonprofits. It's thematic. She says, I married a surgeon. I might as well design for hospitals. You're profiting from my profession. I'm supporting your profession. There's a difference. She still brings me coffee at the hospital. She still texts me during my shifts. She still calls me her surgeon in a way that makes the nurses smile. She still insists she's a lesbian. Mostly. Except for me. We have a daughter named Cora. Short for core. Latin for heart. Sloane picked the name. It's symbolic. She said, You fixed my heart. Now we have a new one. That's very poetic. I'm a designer. I understand symbolism. Cora is 2 years old. She has Sloane's sharp eyes and my calm demeanor. She already knows how to use a toy stethoscope. She walks around the house, listening to everyone's heartbeat. Mommy's heart is good. Daddy's heart is good. Tibia's heart is good. Tibia is a cat. I point out, cats have hearts. To Daddy. It's basic biology. Last night, we were on the couch. Cora asleep upstairs. Tibia on the windowsill. The city lights flickering through the window. Sloane's head on my shoulder. Cole? Yeah. Remember when you said my orientation didn't matter? Vividly, it mattered. It mattered because you didn't make it matter. You just accepted me as I was, and then you let me become who I am. You did the same for me. You saw someone who was closed off and scared, and you decided he was worth the effort. You were always worth the effort. You just didn't know it. She kissed me. I love you. You overly calm heart surgeon. I love you. To you chaos agent who proposed in a hospital, it was romantic. It was unorthodox. Same thing.